Well, hello, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you know it, say it with me. I got my coffee, and I needed it today. It was cold. I got my Bible. Of course, I have all of you. Today is National Men Make the Dinner Day. Now, that may be the regular at your house. It's not at my house because I can't cook, okay? It's not that I don't want to. I'm colorblind. I can't see it. You don't want to eat my cooking, okay, because it might hurt you. But if you are married and you both share the cooking, maybe today's the day when he cooks, which means you're probably ordering out. All right, yeah. Welcome to 1 Corinthians chapter 4. And I love this chapter because it brings me hope in the middle of difficulties. And I want to read this verse to you, and I want to tell you why it brings so much hope to me. And we're going to do it in 5 minutes or less. Are you ready? Now, when I read this verse, this is what I would be thinking if today was the guy make the dinner tonight, and I go into the kitchen looking for dinner. This is my verse. So you ready? Here it goes. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8, 9, and then 17. It says, "We are pressed on every side by troubles. We are not crushed. We are perplexed, but we are not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are never destroyed. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever." So if I was in the kitchen trying to figure out what to make, I'd be like, oh, I'm so pressed down. I've been knocked down so bad. It's me moaning and groaning because I have no idea, right? Well, there was this song that was around several years ago, and I had only heard a piece of it. And so I was so naive that when I heard this song, I thought it was written about this verse. Because it was, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never going to keep me down, right? I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never going to keep me down. I was so naive. I thought they were getting it from the Bible. Let's just say they wasn't, but I thought so. But that's the idea of this verse. There's a wonderful verse in the book of Proverbs that says, though a righteous man may fall 7 times, gets back up again. And you know why that brings me hope? Is because Paul, a guy who helped spread Christianity more than almost anybody else, who was so transformed by the love of God that he took the gospel everywhere he could till eventually they had to kill him to shut him up. I mean, this amazing man of God that God used to write 2/3 of our New Testament, he said, life's not easy. He said, all the things, all the time, and a lot of it's not good. That speaks to me because I used to have people, well-meaning people, that would see us struggling. Like back in the days when we were first trying to start Real Life Church, God had put this passion on our heart to start a life-giving church that would help reach the people of Bowlinggreen, Kentucky. And it was so hard. It was so difficult, so difficult. And people would come up to me and say, you know what? I think you might be out of the will of God. Well, why? Well, because it's hard. And the God I serve is a God of love. And so if he's a God of love, if anything goes wrong, well, then that's how you're not in God's will. And I was like, I don't really read that in the Bible. I kind of read it the other way around. In God's love, but I read all these bad things happening to good people, and God does great things out of it. And I it's just not true that bad things happen to good people. The presence of a storm is not the absence of God. Rather, many times, it's an amazing moment because we find out that God is right in the middle of those troubles. And just like Paul just got through saying, he's saying, listen, I get so disappointed, but I'm not discouraged. You know why? Because I know that no matter how bad it gets, it won't last forever. But you know what does last forever? The goodness of God. And I can't tell you how many times I did not want to hear that when I was going through something. But can I tell you, on the other side of it, you realize God really is faithful. I want to tell you, if you're going through a difficult time right now, first of all, there's nothing wrong with you. Now, if you've created the problem, but if you're like, I don't know where this come from, but here it is, there's nothing wrong with you. It just means you're human. We all go through difficulties. If you're feeling misused, neglected, misunderstood, I'm so sorry. And there's nothing wrong with you, most likely. It's just something that's going on. But you know where God is? He's not waiting for you to get through it. He's right in it with you. And just like Paul said, we can say, as I'm disappointed, but I'm not discouraged because I expected the world to be jacked up. I have encouragement because I know that God's goodness is with me. So wherever you are, don't look around for God hoping he shows up. Look beside you because he's right there with you. Chances are he's not beside you. He's actually carrying you. I hope that brings you a lot of hope. I know it does me. I'll tell you what I do know, and that is that God loves you more than you realize. He's for you more than you can imagine. You're probably doing better than you realize. You know why? Because you got up one more day. God has not changed his mind about you. If nobody's told you yet today, I love you so much. It's an honor to be your pastor. Can't wait to see you here tomorrow on Daily Hope.